Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all your reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Always a pleasure to be here with you. Another week together done. How did that move so quickly? Thank you so much for joining in today, and another great lineup awaits us next week. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, wherever you're joining us from today. And I see you, Owen, already in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, as always, let us know where you're joining in from, and if anybody's joining in with you, please let us know. Thank you so much for being here indeed, and absolutely love it. Appreciate you all. What a week we've had. Amazing stories indeed. And today we are on the last one for the week. Joe Bright and the 7 Bots. This one coming up very shortly. Thank you indeed for joining in. And it is coming from the creators of Interstellar, Cinderella, and Reading Beauty, Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. Thank you so much for joining in, and I am glad to bring those 2 books to you. And of course, remember too that our friend Marietta Apollonia has a brand new book, Jack the Library Cat, coming out on May 11th, 2023. So keep an eye out for all those. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am excited. You know, as much as we have the pictures of the books, there's nothing quite like the hard copy, isn't there? Thank you so much for joining in. This one coming in very shortly. And yes, if you remember Interstellar, Cinderella, if you have not looked at it of late, well, there it is, that one. And then we do have Reading Beauty as well. Beautiful books indeed. So the trilogy right there. If you want something to look forward to and read this weekend, well, there you go. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad that we're here together. And yes, here on Storytime, we continue to celebrate Women's History Month. And of course, what a way to do it. Reading a book created by women. Yes, this one, Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. And we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A big good morning to you and welcome to Storytime. Let us see quickly who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are you doing, Owen? Thank you for being here out there in Massachusetts, where it is sunny this morning. Thank you so much for joining in. And as you know, or you've heard in the news, it is very rainy out here in Oakland, in California, and in the Bay Area. There's an atmospheric river that is hitting the West Coast, and lots of rain last night. Got a little bit of flooding in the basement, and so yeah, just everybody around, I hope that they are well. I hope that people have put in, the measures that people have put in place will be helpful towards mitigating the damage from the rain. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Excited to be here with you. Thank you indeed. Thank you, Owen. Good to see you out there in Massachusetts. Have yourself a wonderful Friday. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Sarah and Nathan out in Breezy, Illinois. Happy Friday, you say to everybody. Well, happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am glad that we are here together. Elliot joining us all the way way out in Kentucky. Thank you so much for joining in, and good morning to you. You say good morning to everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining in. And of course, good morning to you as well, Jennifer Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. Please welcome Elliot and Jennifer. Names seem new to me, but if I've forgotten, I apologize about that. Good to see you here on Storytime. Welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining in the crew. We appreciate you being here. And there's a special book today. There's always a special book every day on Storytime. This one here today, Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. Yes, the retelling of Snow White by Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Oh, good to know. Good to know, Jennifer Lewis. And of course, Elliot, appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining in today. Glad you're here with us. Happy Friday. Welcome. Hugs to you, and hopefully see you on many more story times. Yes, welcome today. Thank you so much. And Storytime community, please join me in welcoming Elliot and Jennifer here to the Storytime community. Absolutely appreciate you. Good morning to you, Marietta. Thank you so much for joining in. And you say hello from sunny Massachusetts. Well, sending love to the family as well. Henry and Nick, thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Marietta, I hope that you are having a wonderful day indeed there. Picturing you in your amazing studio creating magic for us. Thank you so much for joining in, and we look forward to having you here on May 11th. Yes, as you know, Marietta will be here with us on May 11th with a brand new book, Jack the Library Cat. Looking forward to that one indeed. Jacqueline, how are you doing today? Jacqueline, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in with more. Oh, on his 3rd birthday. Well, happy birthday to you. Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Mo. Where are you joining us from? Jacqueline and Mo, thank you so much for being here indeed. Joining in Storytime. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you, Mo, for being here with us. And of course, Jackie, thank you for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for being here. 2 names too that sound new, and I hope that you enjoy Storytime. Thank you for being here with us, and please let us know where you are joining in from. And as we mentioned too, please don't forget that Marietta's brand new book is coming out on May 11th, and she will be here on Storytime, and yes, reading to us and showing us some of her magic creations. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Looking forward to that one. Are you ready for a story? Well, get comfortable, get cozy, get ready, as our story will be starting very shortly. And this one is called Joe Bright and the Seven Bots, written by Deborah Underwood and illustrations by Meg Hunt. And we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Oh yes, get ready. Go grab what you need right now. We'll be back after this short break. Thank you so much for joining in today. I am excited to be here with you.
Hi, friends. I'm Marietta Apollonio, the author and illustrator of Jack the Library Cat, and you are watching my family's favorite Story Time with Mr. LaMotta. Bye!
Hi, friends. My name is Christy, and I am the author of A Heart in the Sand, also known as Un Corazón en la Arena. Now, this bilingual book is about tesoros, or treasures. And something that I treasure is my friendship with Mr. LaMotta. So I have a challenge for you. Share this story time with someone who you treasure, and we can all spread the literary love.
Thank you. Yes, Un Corazón de Arena. I love that. La Arena. I love it. Yes, check it out. A Heart in the Sand. We've read it here on Storytime. Check it out at your local library. And of course, Marietta Apollonia will be here on Storytime with a brand new book, Jack the Library Cat. So look out for that one. Today, though, we do have a wonderful book as well. And this one is called Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. This one from the creators of Interstellar, Cinderella, and Reading Beauty, Deborah Underwood, and Meg Hunt, and of course, Chronicle books of San Francisco. A big thank you to them indeed for allowing us to share so many wonderful books here on Storytime, including the 5 that we've read this entire week. Thank you so much for joining in. And I want to just, I always just love to check the book, everything about the book. And what do you think? Which one do you prefer? Look at that. Oh, it's so crazy. It looks the same when I look at it like this. So this is a silvery, shiny silvery color, while this one is yellow, but my camera is not doing the best job right now. So you just have to get it from your local library and see the difference. But beautiful one indeed. All right, here we go. You ready for an intergalactic journey? Oh. Joe Bright and the 7 Bots. Written by Deborah Underwood. Illustrations by Meg Hunt. And being read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Once upon a planetoid, surrounded by her friends, a girl, Joe Bright, loved building bots from scraps and odds and ends. What do you love to build? Yes, once upon a planetoid, surrounded by her friends, a girl, Joe Bright, loved building bots from scraps and odds and ends. The queen refused to let Joe use her tools and bot supplies. So Joe built bots from things she found and learned to improvise. That sounds like more fun, actually. The queen refused to let Joe use her tools and bot supplies. Wow. So Joe built bots from things she found and learned to improvise. Oh. Yes, learned to improvise. The jealous robot building queen watched Joe with irritation. Oh well, her bots will never match my brilliant new creation. What is your new brilliant creation? Yes, the queen is not happy with Joe. The jealous robot building queen watched Joe with irritation. Oh well, her bots will never match my brilliant new creation. My mirror bot must tell the truth. Let's put it to the test. Whoa. Of course, of all the planets bot builders, do tell us, who's the best? The mirror bot replied, my queen, your bots are great. It's true. But Joe Bright has become a better bot builder than you. Ooh. Talk of the truth hurting, huh? You brainless bot! It's broken, the queen quickly told the crowd. But when they had gone, she howled, Joe's the best? That's not allowed. Wow. Joe's the best? That's not allowed. Oh, she's furious. She scooped Joe up. I will drop you near the dreadful dragon's lair. Oh my, would Joe be safe? Joe landed with a thump. I need a place to hide. Ah, there! And she started running towards that castle. Will she be safe there? I will drop you near the dreadful dragon's lair. Oh my. As Joe approached the mansion, she heard noises up above. A shaky dragon voice called out, "A child! Come in, my love." Wait, what? But aren't you going to eat me? Well, of course not. Goodness me. I am mostly vegetarian. I am Sparky. Come have tea. Well, there's a turn of events for you. Yes. Aren't you going to eat me? Well, of course not. Goodness me. I am mostly vegetarian. I am Sparky. Come have tea. Oh. What kind of tea do you have, dragon? The humans that I've met before were all so full of fear. Your queen kept trying to slay me, so I've lived my life out here. But I've been lonely all these years, sobbed Sparky with a yelp. Oh. Well, you've got 7 power packs. Let's make some bots. Come help. Aw, Jaw to the rescue. Soon, Sparky's empty house was full of bots to chat and sit with, to garden and play dragon chess, to walk and cook and knit with. Aww. Isn't that the cutest? A knitting dragon. Love it. Yes. Soon, Sparky's empty house was full of bots to chat and sit with, to garden and play dragon chess, to walk and cook and knit with. Am I the best bot builder now? The mirror bot said. No, the best bot builder is living with a dragon. Yes, it's Joe. No, the queen was raging. The ruler screamed and smashed the mirror on its head. I will make an evil apple bot and zap her till she's dead. Whoa. I will make an evil apple bot and zap her till she's dead. Oh. Hope Joe can protect herself from this one. The zapping apple, shiny red, flew to the dragon's gate. Oh no, Joe cried. Don't touch it. But alas, she was too late. The smallest dragon bot was zapped. He toppled to the ground. His friends wept silver rubber tears and gathered close around. Oh. Yes, alas, she was too late. The smallest dragon bot was zapped. He toppled to the ground. His friends wept silver rubber tears and gathered close around. Oh, I hope your friend will be okay. That evil queen. Can you repair him? Sparky wailed. His power pack's been fried. The queen's workshop has everything. I will have to sneak inside. Whoa, that sounds dangerous. We're coming with you, Sparky said. The bots agreed. You bet, Joe said. There might be trouble. So can you please knit a net? Oh. There might be trouble. So please, can you please knit a net? What is the net for, Joe? Yes, there might be trouble, but we do everything to save our friend. At dusk, Joe climbed on Sparky's back. The dragons all took flight. They soared above the city wall, and landed, clocked by night. Oh yes, hidden by night. I wish I could fly on a dragon. The dragons all took flight. They soared above the city wall and landed, cloaked by night. Oh. Joe searched the workshop for a pack. However, will I find it? She wondered. She peered around the chest and saw the mirror smashed behind it. Oh my, poor mirror bot. I will help you. Then I will bet you can help me. She fixed it fast and turned it on. The mirror gasped. Queen, fleet! Oh my. So much for getting help. Poor mirror bot. I will fix you. I will help you. Then I bet you will help me. She fixed it fast and turned it on. The mirror gasped. Queen, fleet! Oh my. What will happen to Joe? Alas, it was too late to hide. The queen burst in. You pest! At last I can destroy you, and I will finally be the best. Bots now, Joe called. The dragon bots swooped in and swarmed the shop. They dropped the net and caught the queen, who screamed, You monsters, stop! Oh no. Oh my. Alas, it was too late to hide after the mirror had called the queen. The queen burst in. You pest! At last I can destroy you, and I will finally be the best. But just then, bots now, Joe called. The dragon bots swooped in and swarmed the shop. They dropped the net and caught the queen, who screamed, You monsters, stop! Oh. Then Sparky grabbed the captured queen and soared into the air. Please fly her to the moon. She will be the best bot builder there. Oh my, that's what the net was for. Please fly her to the moon. She will be the best bot builder there. Oh. But who should rule our planet now? The mirror bot will know. Who will rule our planet now? The mirror bot will know. Who will it be? Your ruler must be smart and kind. Oh, hail your new queen, Joe! Whoa! Congratulations, Joe. Oh my. I think she will make a good ruler. Oh, your ruler must be smart and kind. Oh. The new queen's coronation feast had many an honored guest. Oh. Joe ruled in peace and dealt with friends. That truly was the best. Oh. The new queen's coronation feast had many an honored guest. Joe ruled in peace and dealt with friends. And that truly was the best. And that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope you enjoyed this one, the third installment in this amazing series of retellings by Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt. And this one is called Joe Bright and the Seven Bots. A unique, a powerful retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed it. I am glad that we were here together. Thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you on the other side of this very short message when we're back for more Storytime.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Lamada read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you for being here with us. Angela Dalton, the amazing creator of many wonderful books indeed, including this one right here, Show the World. Beautiful book. If you've not had a chance to read it yet, find it at your local library. And you know what? We're also doing a giveaway for her book, her brand new book, To Boldly Go, How Nichelle Nichols and Star Trek helped advance civil rights. We have a copy that we're giving away, so keep an ear out, keep an eye out, and yes, keep an eye out on all the Storytime platforms. It is coming your way, and maybe you might be the one to win that book. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope that you enjoyed our book from Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt, and this one is called Joe Bright and the Seven Bots, and we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A big thank you to them indeed for allowing us to share such amazing books here on Storytime. More guests, more stories to come on Storytime, and of course next week we also have a wonderful lineup already selected. Beautiful books coming up. I hope that you can join us. If you miss us for the lives, remember that you can always catch the recordings at your convenience at storytimewithmrlamada.com, at Storytime with Mr. Lamada on Facebook and YouTube. But storytimewithmrlamada.com will lead you to all those platforms. Thank you so much for joining in today. Let us see one more time who was with us and how much you enjoyed that book. Thank you so much for joining in today. Good morning to you and welcome to the Storytime community one more time. Elliot and of course Jennifer Lewis, thank you so much for joining us from out there in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for being here. I did live in Baltimore for a couple of years, so yeah, love that area. Thank you so much for joining in. And you say, Elliot loves building bots too. Yes. Well, you know what? Let's get in touch with Joe Bright, and maybe you two can build bots together, right? And then you can teach me as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. That was wonderful. You say, I agree with you 100%. Beautiful book, indeed, wonderful retelling. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Addie, thank you for joining us with Ira out in Colorado. Well, thank you. Hugs to you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Another new sounding name. If you've been here to Storytime, thank you. Welcome back. But if it's your first time, well, thank you for joining us. Happy Friday. Have yourself a wonderful day out there in Colorado. Ira and Andy, thank you so much for joining in. I did say Addie, no, Andy. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good morning to you, Soraya. Thank you for being here right here in Oakland. Please do stay dry, as I know it is raining out there today. Please be dry, be safe, be warm. I hope that everything is good with you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Yes, indeed. Christine Coster and Owen, thank you. And you say, what a funny story. Thank you. Hope you all stay safe in California. Well, hugs to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you and have yourself a wonderful day. Yes, indeed. Agree with you. Wonderful book. Thank you, Deborah Underwood and Meg Hunt, and of course, Chronicle Books of San Francisco for allowing us to share this one here. Find it at your local library, or indeed find it where you find books. Thank you for being here with us. Marietta, thank you for joining us out there in Massachusetts, where you say it is sunny today. Well, enjoy the sunshine. Send a bit to us here in California. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. Amanda West Sarah and Nathan out in breezy Illinois today. Happy Friday to everybody you say. Well, happy Friday to you too. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. Well, friends, this has been story time for this week. This has been story time for this wonderful Friday morning. This has been story time with Joe Bright and the 7 Bots. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope to see you again next week for more story time. Please keep an eye out on the story time platforms for what's coming next week, as we will be putting it up on over the weekend. But of course, do not forget that we have a wonderful book coming out on May 11th. Marietta Apollonia's Jack the Library Cat is out. And this one initially was supposed to be out on March 2nd, but due to supply chain issues, as you know now, lots of that happening. So it was moved back a little bit to May 11th. Yes, just keeping us intrigued. I cannot wait to share this one, and we cannot wait to have Marietta Apollonia here with us on Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. I am glad that you are here. Keep sending recommendations. Keep sending pictures so we can share here on Storytime. And if you're curious, today's picture was taken just above Montreal, Canada. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful sunset right there. Thank you so much for joining in. Send in your submissions. Let us know too your recommendations, any books that you'd like to see here on Storytime. And I promise you, I guarantee you, we will work as hard as we can to make sure that those books, we get permissions for those books to be read here to you on Storytime. Yes, introduce us to all those books that you love. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. Hugs, 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 the warmest hugs today. And I will miss you over the weekend, but we'll be back on Monday together reading more stories. Thank you for being here. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, Storytime with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all reading? We just can't wait to be